You cleaned your house last weekend, and somehow it's already a disaster again. The problem isn't that you're lazy, it's that you're relying on big cleaning sessions instead of small daily habits. This video gives you the exact habits that keep your home consistently clean, so Sunday never feels like a crisis again. The problem the hook named isn't about effort, it's about timing. You're not cleaning too little, you're cleaning at the wrong moments. The first habit that changes everything is stupidly simple. Don't put it down, put it away. You walk in from work, shoes off, put them on the mat, not the floor beside the mat. Bag off your shoulder, hang it on the hook, not the chair. That chair isn't a coat rack. The second you start using surfaces as temporary parking spots, the mess has already won, because temporary never stays temporary. Clutter doesn't pile up all at once. It accumulates one lazy placement at a time. Break that reflex, and you've eliminated the single biggest source of visual chaos in most homes. The second habit is the 2-minute rule. If a task takes under 2 minutes, wiping the counter after you make coffee, rinsing a bowl before it dries, hanging your jacket, you do it immediately, not later. Not after this episode, now. The reason this works is that deferred tasks don't stay the same size. A rinsed bowl takes 30 seconds. A bowl that's been sitting since Tuesday takes scrubbing, soaking, and a small amount of resentment. Doing it in real time keeps the task small. Which brings us to dishes, because the sink is where most kitchens quietly fall apart. A full sink doesn't just mean dirty dishes, it creates a psychological barrier. You walk into the kitchen, see the pile, and the whole room feels unmanageable before you've even touched anything. The fix isn't a complicated system, it's just dealing with dishes as they happen. You finish eating, you rinse the plate, you put it in the dishwasher or on the drying rack. Done. The kitchen stays a kitchen instead of becoming an obstacle. The fourth habit is the nightly reset. Before bed, not a deep clean, not a reorganization, just 10 minutes, you do one walk through the house and return everything to its home. Remote goes back on the coffee table. Glass goes to the kitchen. Throw blanket gets folded. It sounds small because it is small, but it's compounding. You wake up to a space that already looks under control, which makes the next day easier to maintain. Disorder is contagious, so is order. The last daily habit is one most people skip because it feels like a rule for people who own too much stuff. One in, one out. Every time something new comes into your home, a new shirt, a gadget, a random kitchen tool, something else leaves. Donate it, toss it, give it away. You don't have to be a minimalist for this to matter. You just have to acknowledge that storage isn't infinite, and clutter is just deferred decision-making. Making the call at the point of entry is infinitely easier than sorting through years of accumulated, "I'll deal with it later." Here's what these 5 habits share. None of them require you to set aside a block of time. They happen in the margins, the 30 seconds after a meal, the 2 minutes before bed, the moment you walk through the door. That's the whole point. Prevention is the real cleaning strategy. You're not cleaning your house, you're stopping the mess before it becomes one. Daily habits handle the everyday drift, but there's a second layer, a simple weekly rhythm that catches everything these daily habits miss. Which of those 5 daily habits do you think you'd actually stick to? The 2-minute rule or the nightly reset? Drop your answer in the comments below. Now let's talk about the weekly layer that locks all of this in. But daily habits alone can't do everything. You've handled the drift, the random clutter, the dishes, the nightly chaos. But dust still settles, floors still need vacuuming, bathrooms still accumulate grime, and laundry still piles up. The daily layer doesn't touch any of that, and the mistake most people make when they finally notice is treating all of it as one giant chore block. A Saturday morning of cleaning everything at once that takes 3 hours, drains your weekend, and feels so miserable you avoid doing it again for as long as possible. That cycle is exactly what the weekly zone method breaks. Instead of cleaning your whole house in one go, you split it by area and spread those areas across the week. Each session is 15 to 20 minutes, not a chunk of your day, just a focused slot. The split looks something like this. Monday handles bathrooms. Wednesday is floors and vacuuming. Friday is kitchen surfaces and appliances. The weekend is laundry and any catch-up that slipped through. That's it. No single session is overwhelming because no single session is trying to do everything. You're not cleaning your house, you're maintaining one corner of it at a time. The reason this works isn't just logistical, it's psychological. A contained task feels completable before you even start it. When you walk into the bathroom on Monday knowing you only have to wipe the sink, scrub the toilet, and clean the mirror, you don't dread it. It's 15 minutes. You can see the finish line from the starting line. Compare that to clean the whole house, which has no visible edge, it just looms. Small and specific beats, large and vague every time. Now here's where you make the weekly routine actually stick, because knowing the schedule isn't enough. The first trick is habit stacking. You anchor each zone task to something you're already doing. Clean the bathroom while your morning coffee brews. Run the vacuum while you're waiting for a call to start. Wipe the kitchen surfaces right after you finish cooking dinner on Friday. You're not carving out new time, you're borrowing the margins that already exist. The task rides on the back of something you were going to do anyway. The second trick is friction removal. Right now, if your cleaning supplies live in one central closet, you're adding a small but real barrier every single time. You have to go get the supplies, carry them to the room, do the task, carry them back. That's 3 extra steps, and 3 extra steps is enough for your brain to quietly decide, I'll do it later. Instead, keep a small set of supplies in each zone, a spray bottle and a cloth under the bathroom sink, a second set in the kitchen. The moment you decide to clean, everything you need is already there. Friction is the enemy of consistency, and removing it is one of the highest leverage things you can do for any habit. When the daily habits and the weekly zone routine run together, something shifts. You stop facing the Sunday disaster because Sunday never gets the chance to become a disaster. The house sits at a baseline of clean that only needs light maintenance, not rescue missions, not full overhauls, not the resigned sigh when someone says they're coming over in an hour. This isn't about being a perfect housekeeper. It's not about a spotless home that looks like a showroom. It's about building a system so small and so embedded in your existing routine that it runs almost on autopilot. The daily habits stop the mess from forming. The weekly zones catch what slips through. Together, they replace the exhausting cycle of chaos and crisis with something that actually holds, a home that stays clean, not because you work harder, but because you built the right structure. Subscribe for more like this, and watch the next video on screen to go even deeper.